Vamos a seguirle.
I know them by heart. But Jonathan insisted we keep them.
¿Qué son?
I don't like to indulge in my own writing.
Copias de mi libro. Later.
Jack is still working. He always is.
Abandonar los aposentos.
If James died in that fire, then what happened to his remains? He was never properly buried, and that is Jack's fault. The church has profited from drawing believers to places like this. I hope the believers profit just as much. A magnificent cathedral, but I would have been more than content with the old one, had it not been burned to the ground.
Bien. Camino trasero.
Hello?
Uy.
I thought I saw someone.
Bueno, hay gente acá también, ¿eh?
That came from the kitchen.
Cocina. Está Jack ahí, mira.
Oh, it's you.
You startled me.
I thought I heard something. Was that you?
No, but I heard it too. Maybe Aliena came back.
No. She's asleep. She returned a few hours ago. Damn it.
Jack.
Sorry. There's someone in the kitchen.
Yes, I think you're right.
Stay behind me. I'll go ahead. There's someone in here.
Es prácticamente posible que no lo hayan visto.
Outlaws. They are probably just after food. I will talk to them. All right.
Bueno.
Please, listen. We don't mean you harm.
Philip, be careful! Damn it! Philip, throw me a stone!
Venga, 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 vamos, vamos, vamos.
Jack,
Corta.
no! It's him. Brother Marcus.
Brother Marcus?
He took Cuthbert's keys to steal food here from the kitchen. Because of me, Remigius found out. And he left. We never saw him again.
Looks like he came back.
¿Cierto? Y había robado las llaves, me acuerdo.
You didn't mean for this to happen. No, but...
What about him?
Don't be afraid. Ah! Jack! Why did you do that, you animal? I will get the others.
No!
What?
He's just a child.
Just a child. Jack forgave the child, just like that. And I forgave him. For that was what he had been when he arrived in Kingsbridge. Just a child.
Sí.
Who was I to judge this man for not confessing earlier what he had done? I had never told his wife, Aliena, that I was responsible for her fate, and for her father's. Even that night, when we all met, I did not dare to tell her.
The walls of Kingsbridge weren't enough anymore. The outlaws had found a way in. We weren't safe in our homes.
So this is what it has come to. Kingsbridge is under attack.
Why didn't Uncle Richard chase them away? Why?
Now, do not exaggerate. This is not a siege.
We only saw 2 of them, and one of them was a child.
But they almost killed you.
They were just looking for food. They didn't mean any harm.
It's the drought. It destroyed all the crops. They must eat something.
Desperate or not, they're only the vanguard of a full-scale invasion.
If we had a decent Earl, the people wouldn't be starving.
It is all too easy to blame a desperate child. Forgiveness is much harder.
It is.
But forgive we must.
Can you? Forgive, I mean.
I already have.
Hamley is the reason for this. He's to blame. It's that simple.
Well, he won't be Earl for long. The Treaty of Wallingford has been signed at last. It's only a matter of time until things change.
What treaty? Winchester is in turmoil about this right now. Stephen and Maud have signed the treaty. Maud's son, Duke Henry, is to be
¿Te dio en la
crowned next
pierna?
king.
Porque tiene la pierna vendada.
Agreement,
Pensé que le había dado la mano.
Return to their previous owners.
But Stephen will continue to
Digo,
rule
Jack,
as long
obvio.
as he lives.
The earldom will be ours again.
It will not.
Why the bloody hell not?
Bloody hell. Language?
No one will enforce this until Stephen is dead.
What is to be done then?
Well, for one thing, we shouldn't start blaming the outlaws.
I agree. They're not our enemies. The outlaws and us are all sitting at the same table.
There were times when you monks wouldn't even offer us a chair.
So what do we do now? Wait for William to lose the earldom once King Stephen is dead?
Well, if they're hungry, can't we just give them something to eat? I'll share.
We should, and we will. But there are too many to feed them all.
We must do something.
Well, I cannot sit quiet and wait until Stephen dies of old age. The Treaty of Wallingford is in place. I won't wait for another 17 years. Not when I'm so close to fulfilling the promise I made to my father.
You're right, but it wasn't William Hamley who came here last night. It's the outlaws we need to worry about.
Well, what do we do about it?
A few more months like this, and we'll be where they are now. We should support them, not fight them.
You are right, of course. But how can we help?
We could provide weapons for them to fight Hamley.
To fight him? You mean to pillage and plunder? That'd be more likely.
What about his mother? I've heard that Hamley still listens to her, that she still has a say in Owl's Castle.
Yes, let's tell his mother.
If we spoke to Regan Hamley, we might not need a physical confrontation at all.
That'll never work. We have to assault them and take back our father's castle. even if that means fighting alongside the outlaws.
I don't like either choice, to be honest.
Neither do I. So, what do you think, Alicia?
I will talk to the outlaws. Maybe we can find someone who can speak on their behalf. And if there's no one, then we will.
Bueno,
I'll ride with you.
creo que este es un camino nuevo. La primera vez que lo jugué,
That leg of yours.
tomé la otra
Mother is
opción.
right. Besides, if we all turn up, they might think we mean them harm.
Bien. Let's go.
Our hopes of meeting allies on the road to Shiring were fading with every mile. The only people we saw were sitting by the side of the road, broken and starving. Shiring was riddled with death and despair. I'd heard that Wigley had just been raided by outlaws, leaving them almost entirely without cattle. Maybe someone there knew where the raiders had come from. But Calford, on the other hand, had a recent falling out with William Hamley. There was a chance that they would be quick to join our resistance.
Crawford.
We entered the village. There was a weary young man trying to repair a roof. He pointed toward a ruined mill. Hamley's Mill, he called it, which used to have the right to grind all grain from the nearby villages. That was until a few days ago. Hamley had come to collect his share and, due to the famine, was met with empty coffers. Enraged, he'd killed the miller and had taken every last bag of flour belonging to the starving people of Calford. Many had fled into the forest, desperate for their lives.
¿Qué es esto? Hundley, Shiring o Wigley. Hundley.
The fields of Huntley spurred fond memories. Here, I negotiated my first deal to transport and sell the farmer's wool. Now, the meadows had turned to straw, and the sheep were dead.
Mira vos, con qué fue ahí.
Soon, we reached Uncle Simon's abandoned hut. Our horses needed rest, so we wanted to leave them there while we looked around on foot. Then, I remembered how Richard had been kicked by the man William had paid to catch us, and the horrible sounds he'd made lying there. I asked him where he got bread in times like these. Was it stolen? No, I got it from the butcher. The people at Sally's quarry told me to ask the butcher, he blurted out, startled by his own voice. Mistaking our interest for greed, he wolfed down the rest of the bread. Before we could ask more, the frightened man jumped up and fled into the forest. The butcher, was he the one we were looking for? A leader whom the downtrodden trusted and feared? Maybe we could find him at the quarry the man had mentioned.
Cantera. Pues primero, a ver, bueno, vamos a ver primero todos los pueblos y después vamos a la cantera, si nos dejan, obvio.
As we reached Wigley, we met a farmer tending to a scrawny chicken. She told us that Hamley had claimed ownership of all their cattle. Shortly after that, the cattle vanished. Raiders had taken it, throwing William Hamley into a fit of rage. Some say they recognized the thieves, neighbors who had once lived among them. They were long believed to be among the dead. Were we really building our hopes on a pack of ghosts?
Bueno, ¿ahora qué? Vamos a la cantera.
The abandoned quarry was teeming with activity. Many poor souls were gathering around a fireplace, boiling a stew from meat and turnips. It was plain to see that these people weren't held together by blood or profession, but by hunger and desperation. And by their numbers, I thought, that could make them quite dangerous. Were these outlaws?
Con cuidado.
We walked slowly towards them. I sensed that Richard was ready to draw his sword. The first one to notice us was a little girl. Swiftly pointing a finger at us, "Who are they?" she asked the others. All eyes darted towards us. Their reactions were as varied as their faces. Some looked afraid, curious, and confused. Others were full of hatred and contempt. "We're not here to hurt you," I explained. "We just want to talk." "Where can I find the butcher?" I asked. Their faces expressed anger and fear. I explained that we were looking for food. They told us that the butcher was still in Monksfield, but that meat would come every couple of days. I said that wouldn't be a problem, not knowing what they meant. It looked like our path would lead us back to Monksfield.
Bien, Monksfield. Rodeamos Shiring y Monksfield. Ah. Ok, ya me acordé de dónde era Monksfield. Esto es del capítulo pasado, ¿no? Bueno. Hablemos con la anciana.
Thank you for giving me and my friend shelter the other day.
Weather's fine now. So what do you want this time?
Deberíamos ser directos. Sí.
We're looking for the butcher.
The butcher of Monksfield has long since moved away.
Damn, I can't believe it.
No need for cursing, young man. If you bring me an animal, I can prepare it for you.
Do people call you the butcher then?
Why'd you ask? What do you want?
Do you have a lot of outlaws passing by?
You don't see it in their faces, dear. But we all have been failed by the law and our leaders. Don't you agree?
I asked because we feel the same way. And we're looking for a way to make things right again.
Is that so?
We're looking to build an army, to invade Earl's Castle and kill Earl William Hamley.
Oh my. If it was that easy, someone would have done that a long time ago. The poor souls I meet, they're just simple people. They're not an army.
Ofrecerte habilidad.
I'm a knight. I know how to turn ordinary men into fighters.
In their condition, most of them can barely kill a chicken, let alone a man. These people are mothers, fathers, hard workers, yes, but they are not soldiers.
We'd reward them if they helped us.
You must know we are the rightful heirs to Earl Bartholomew of Shiring, and would show ourselves very generous.
So, you're just another pair of nobles who want to use us as pawns in their battle, to die for you.
It is the best chance we have. This is a battle for the sake of the people of Shiring, for all of us.
It's rubbish. It's what it is.
We are offering you a chance to rid the land of Hamley, to fight for your freedom.
The last time I saw you, you showed kindness toward that young woman who was with you. I am willing to listen to a good soul, but I won't help you blindly.
That woman that was here, that you helped, that was Hamley's wife. His wife, my God. How stupid do you think we are?
Right, it's a trap.
Well, how can these people put their life at risk if they do not trust you? You are not like us.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, I know what it's like to live in poverty.
And just like you, we have William Hamley to thank for it.
But I also know that if one fights the right battles, that things can change for the better.
But they're starving, my child. They are weakened by poverty, hunger, and illness. Who are you to think you can face William Hamley?
Yeah.
You! Who do you think you are?
We are the children of Bartholomew, Earl of Shiring.
Our father once ruled with a firm but benevolent hand. You must remember how good you had it.
Well, better than now, but that's easy.
He did have guts, though, trying to take on Stephen.
So, you are his daughter and son, you say?
Yes, all we know we learned from him.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Even if we work together, Hamley is too powerful.
You ask us to sacrifice our lives for your noble cause, these people will die.
Right.
We already have Kingsbridge on our side, including the bright mind of Prior Philip.
Oh, Philip of Kingsbridge. I have heard of him. A wise man. Yes.
He took in the survivors of Hamley's raid of Earl's Castle.
Yes, and I was one of them.
He wouldn't let anybody go into certain death. Their plan must be a good plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
She does.
I said it before. We all have lost everything, except for our lives. We don't fight our people's battles.
But maybe this is our battle too.
My people will decide for themselves. But I will tell them that I believe that it is indeed a battle worth fighting.
I thank you.
I pray that it will be worth it.
We will all pray, and then we fight.
Vamos. Los primeros proscritos han llegado a Kingsbridge. El hermano Marcus, antiguo novicio del priorato, era uno de los proscriptos. Tienes una oportunidad de recuperar Earl Castle y cumplir tu promesa. Has encontrado al líder de los proscritos. Has hecho varias promesas sobre la seguridad de los proscritos en caso de ataque. Eso puede ser lo más complicado. Los proscritos han aceptado luchar junto a ti. Ya vamos por la mitad, o sea, ya creo que pasamos la mitad
And so,
hace rato.
after 17 years, I finally returned to the place I'd once called home. There was a small army of famished outlaws hiding in the surrounding woods, waiting for my signal to attack. Led by my vengeful brother, Richard. But I had to be sure that Elizabeth was safe. The poor girl who in my stead had been doomed to become William Hamley's wife.
Tierra Castle 1154. Vale.
Get in line and stay in line. You'll all get your chance to pay your dues to Lord Hamley, you hear? So no pushing.
Are you all right?
What do you think? Of course I'm all right. I'm more all right than anyone else in this crowd. Just because Lord Hamley insists on women to deliver the tributes, don't mean you have to send your youngest and prettiest. Fools.
Fools.
Why does Lord Hamley need all that food? He's got more than enough.
Shut it, woman.
Calm yourself. I'll make sure that nothing will happen to you.
They took a woman in my town. She never came back.
Nothing will happen to you if you just remain calm.
Bien, ¿qué más?
Is Lady Elizabeth home?
She is, and will be indefinitely. Don't want her to get lost in another storm. Patience, patience. Everyone will get a chance to pay their dues to Lord Hamley.
How long will this take?
A lot longer if you don't shut your mouth.
What do you think you're doing? Get back in line before the sheriff sees you.
Ok, entonces para cruzar algo
I'm just a shepherd's daughter. I have no business here.
tendría...
Shut up.
Bloody beggars.
¿Funcionará?
What's taking so long?
Oh, right, I've had enough. Go on, ugly. Take care of that nagging bitch.
Oh, XD. Funcionó.
Have you been here often? Do you know Lord Hamley's wife, Elizabeth?
That man's has so many women. Having a wife sounds like a bad joke.
But do you know her?
I don't, and I don't care to either.
Is Lady Elizabeth home?
She is, and will be indefinitely. Don't want her to get lost in another storm.
Why does Lord Hamley need all that food? He's got more than enough.
Shut it, woman. Smear your face with dung and lower your head. It's the only way you get out of here alive. It's no coincidence that Hamley always asks for women to bring the tributes.
Oh, shut up.
How long will this take?
A lot longer if you don't shut your mouth.
What's taking so long?
Oh, right. Go on, ugly.
Bueno, eso tampoco funcionó. A ver.
Calm yourself. I'll make sure that nothing will happen to you.
They took a woman in my town.
Venga, venga, venga.
Are you all...
What do you think? Just because...
Bien.
Why does Lord Hamley need all that food? He's got more than enough.
Is Lady Elizabeth...
She is, and will be indefinitely. Don't want her to get lost in...
How long will this take?
A lot longer if you don't shut your mouth. Patience, patience. Everyone will get a chance to pay their dues to Lord Hamley.
Have you seen a young blonde girl in a green dress?
No, I haven't. Did they take her as well?
She's William Hamley's wife.
Oh, that poor soul.
Have you been here often?
That
But I'm just a shepherd's daughter. I have no business here.
Shut up!
Bloody beggars.
What do you think you're to get back in line before the sheriff sees you?
Manzanas, ¿eh?
I want to go home.
Oi, you there. Yes, I meant you. That's a pretty face you got there. You're coming with me.
What? Leave her. Take me instead.
Well, whatever. You'll walk to the other side of the yard and talk to Walter. You'll get you settled. And don't you dare stray from the path.
Tiene que darle a la manzana nada más. XD.
They say Lord Hamley might lose shines. What if the next Earl has us all hanged?
Calm down. None of these royals really care about this shithole.
I know those two. They used to fight for father.
What about Bartholomew's children? There's a lot of bad blood there.
Well, the boy used to fight for Stephen, but as far as I know, he ran out of coin. Now he's just a good-for-nothing plain watchman for those monks in Kingsbridge.
And the Lady Aliena?
Don't make me laugh.
I think you underestimate her. Some years back I heard she almost cut up a priest in Winchester, put a knife to his throat, robbed him dry. Oh, she's a fury.
And you're a sissy.
May I interrupt?
What is it?
How can you fight for someone like William Hamley? My father was nothing like that tyrant.
Oh, dear Lord, it's you.
You always sat in your neat little keep playing hostess to his well-off guests, while the poor snuffed it just as they do now.
Well, at least William treats us as his equals, and not like pawns on aboard a nine-men's Morris.
Was my father really that bad?
Your mother could have answered that question.
He once told me that she was very unhappy when she died.
And you never wondered why?
My father was a good earl.
Keep on telling yourself that. But that's not our story.
Many knights fighting for him were former outlaws who had nowhere to go anymore. Your father may have given us food and shelter, but it was no better than what you'd give to livestock.
I'm looking for Lady Elizabeth Hamley.
She's caring for Lady Regan inside the keep.
But only Lord William and Walter are allowed to go there.
And they'll kill you if they find you there.
So you won't help me?
We've already helped you more than enough by not ratting you out.
Don't tell anyone that you saw me.
We won't, if you promise to leave now.
Are you done yet?
Almost. Let me just see if I took enough. What are you doing here? You need to leave. Don't come any closer. William has me watched.
What's taking so long?
I forgot the pork. I'll be out shortly. Wait a moment, then follow me. We don't have much time. You will look for me any moment now. So why did you come?
I'm waiting.
We don't have much time.
There's an army of outlaws hiding in the woods waiting for my signal. You need to be out of the way when they come.
But I mustn't leave.
They're very angry at your husband's family, and I want you to be safe.
Will people die?
Bueno.
Yes, people will die. That's why you have to come with me.
I can't. Not without Lady Regan. You need to save Lady Regan first.
I will, if you agree to leave right now.
Is that a promise?
It is.
All right, I will try to sneak off then.
Hurry up in there. Or do you want me to come in and pull you out?
I need to go. Maybe Walter can take you to Lady Regan.
Walter? William's dog?
Don't call him that. He's not as bad as people say he is. William won't allow me to talk to him anymore. Now Lady Regan is all I have left. Please, please be careful.
I will. Thank the Lord she made it through. Now, I have to find Regan Hamley.
Joder. Ay, esto es malo. No tenía que pasar así. Ay, no. No tenía que ir así. Bueno, vamos a mandarla así nomás. A ver qué pasa. Pero me parece que me la mandé. Bueno, ¿qué importa? Pasará lo que tenga que pasar.
Elizabeth claims you aren't such a bad person after all.
Am I not? Have you forgotten that I killed your family's steward?
Got problems over there, Walter?
I would be a better ruler than my father. I know my father wasn't always a good and just person. He killed, just as William does. But I would fight to be better. I would listen to the needs of this land's people.
What are you saying?
I need to talk to the Lady Hamley. I want you to take me to her.
You've got guts, I'll give you that. So, you think I'm a nice bloke? And you think this is enough to convince me that you'd be a better ruler than anyone who came before you? Don't make me laugh. Hugh! What?
If you help me, we might be able to prevent a bloodbath. Let us end this in peace.
I don't believe you. But it's not up to me to judge these things. I'll take you to Lady Hamley. She'll decide. My lady?
Elizabeth.
She's not here, but there's someone else to see you. The Lady Aliena of Shire.
The Lady Aliena. When did that bitch become nobility again?
I didn't know you were so ill.
No, don't you dare.
I'm certain you've heard about the treaty the king made with Duke Henry at Wallingford Castle.
I have. I have also heard that it's a muddled mess.
It is a complicated deal indeed, but one that will end the war. And one that makes my family the rightful owners of this earldom once more.
Only by word. There's no one who would come to enforce this, not even the king.
Don't you see what your son is doing to the land? Soon there won't be an earldom left to rule for anyone.
That's a lie. My William is a better earl than your father ever was. To think that I once wanted to marry my good William into a family like yours. Not a day goes by when I am not glad that God saved us from that horrible fate. And that he sent that monk to Bishop Waleran to unveil your father's evil plan.
What monk?
That prior of Kingsbridge.
No.
Philip of Gwynedd.
What?
Where is my Elizabeth? Why is she not here?
I promised your son's wife that I'd make certain you'd be safe.
Safe from what? From a pack of impotent monks.
I have an army outside the gates, ready to attack.
What?
Get Elizabeth. I want her at my side when the fighting starts.
She's gone.
Gone? What do you mean? Gone where?
I told her to leave Earl's Castle. She suffered enough under your son.
William didn't lay a finger on her.
He did. More than once, milady.
That is a lie.
It's up to you if this ends in a bloodbath or not.
Oh!
It's all up to you.
In the name of the true Earl of Shiring, make them suffer!
They're coming.
Mother? Mother, we're being attacked.
What's going on here? What's that bitch doing here?
She's trying to bargain.
She's trying to take everything.
Is she? Is she now?
Leave it.
Shut up, old man.
Venga, venga.
Cut that whore up, Walter!
No. You brought this on yourself.
You bloody traitor! Someone get up here! Men! You will pay. You will all pay for this.
A casa. Al lobby. Al lobby. Al lobby. Bueno, no resultó tan mal como pensé que resultaría.
Now, we tell his men.
Bueno.
Stop! Stop fighting! Drop your weapons immediately!
Behold the banner of the new Earl of Shiring.
Vamos.
Everyone, listen! Lord Hamley is dead! The castle now belongs to the former Earl's family again.
What? You're shitting us!
It was the King's wish.
Who killed him?
He died because he refused to hand over Earl's Castle peacefully.
He knew that the king was about to take the earldom away from him. To avoid punishment, he took his own life. My name is Lady Aliena of Shiring. I'm the daughter of Bartholomew, the former Earl of these lands. I've been tasked to end the tyranny of William Hamley and restore order to Shiring.
Our occupation of Shiring has been made unlawful. Every attack on us is sanctioned by the King of the English.
So what will happen to us then? I shall tell the king that William Hamley forced you to do his bidding. That every atrocity done to the people of Shiring was his doing and his alone.
You will get your chance for redemption by helping the people of Shiring recover from your own cruelty. And by rebuilding their homes and tending to their fields.
Ali, I know that you're a much better leader than I. Without you, we would never have come this far. You never hesitated with swearing and fulfilling the oath to father. In the end, I will be the Earl in name only, but you shall be the true ruler of Shiring.
Don't say that. We'll do it together.
Let's discuss this later. I owe you a lot, Anne. The tyranny of William Hamley is over! The earldom of Shiring belongs to its rightful heir.
Richard de Shiring recupera el condado. Nice.
Send a messenger to Kingsbridge to let Prior Philip know that Shiring is finally free.
What is it? Why are they laughing?
You can send a messenger if you want. But there won't be much of a Prior left when he arrives.
Ali, what's going on?
Oh, yo me olvidé, me había olvidado. Oh, no. Me olvidé. Bueno, me había quedado que había pasado. Pero bueno, ya lo veremos en el resumen. Te colaste en Newcastle con ayuda de un ejército de proscriptos. Hablaste con dos antiguos caballeros de tu padre. Le dijiste a Elizabeth que abandonase Newcastle. Ordenaste que los hombres de William ayudasen en la recuperación de Shiring. Richard y tú gobernaste Shiring codo con codo. Joder.
The Pope believes we should either burn him or make him Bishop of Kingsbridge.
I have already taken matters into my own hands. My men arrested him while Kingsbridge was left unguarded.
While his friends took Earl's Castle.
Yes.
At least in his death, William Hamley was of use to you.
Capítulo 20. Fin. Shiring, el día del juicio.
Look at all these people. It seems like they're enjoying themselves.
They never change. You drooling dogs should be ashamed.
Shut up, you old hag.
Ellen?
I'm not feeling well.
I'll stay with you. Go ahead. We'll come after you. Quick! You can't be too late.
Is your mother ill?
This is where they hanged my father.
Bueno. Me tengo que ir, viejo, dale.
The trial begins. The judges. Brother of Stephen,
Tengo que hacer esto,
King
en
of the
serio.
English. The Right Reverend Bishop Henry of Winchester. Her Highness, the Countess Lady Aliena of Shiring. Presiding over the trial, the Right Reverend Bishop of Shiring and Kingsbridge, Wailerun Bygod.
Vamos, vamos.
We have gathered here today before the eyes of God to accuse one of our own. He wrote in his book that the Church and the papacy are not necessary as intercessors between God and man. That God is in man. That all men are equal. And that each sinner is as close to our Lord as the Pope himself. Now, we ask God for his judgment. For his is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Not ours, and not yours. You stand accused of heresy. Philip of Gwynedd, how do you plead? Answer!
I am guilty. I am deeply saddened. It may come as a surprise to you, but we had hoped to make you Bishop of Kingsbridge. Why has it come to this, Philip?
In part, I am to blame. I supported Philip in his early years. I demand that Philip be removed from his position of prior immediately.
No.
And that he remain in captivity until such time that Shiring and all of England have healed from the poisonous words he has dispersed.
No!
What? Yes?
You are accusing Philip because he has defied you.
I made him prior, and grateful he was not. But no, I accuse him because his teachings are false. And I intend to prove that Philip's decisions have been more than misguided in the past. Call in Remigius.
The father.
Saben que me tengo que ir, ¿no? O sea, estos son unos forros, porque yo me tengo que ir ya. Y no se puede hacer nada.
Tell the court,
For many years, first for Prior James.
What was your...
I was a...
What else?
Prior Philip did not hesitate to give refuge to the people fleeing Earl's Castle in the winter that our...
Is that not a good deed?
You do not know him as... today, that...
Then, on the... I heard. I tried to sue our master...
And?
Yes. He pushed me aside.
It was no poison.
And then there was the day the Virgin Mary... I did not...
Clearly it is a miracle.
Well, I soon realized he was only after the money people donated at the Virgin's Shrine. That is why I...
I believe there is one more thing you have not... Something very...
Yes. Philip has fathered a child!
woods.
A son, and he raised him in...
Jonathan of Kingsbridge.
Si podía solo pausarlo, sería espectacular, pero no se puede ni hacer eso.
Answer the question, Jonathan of Kingsbridge.
Philip has always been like a father to me. But he is not my father.
How do you know that?
He told me.
And how do you know he spoke the truth?
Speak.
Philip would never lie. He told me that I was found in the woods.
In the woods? Is this true, Philip? Or are you lying? Well?
He was abandoned in the woods. My brother found him.
Your brother? The brother whose master...
What are you talking about?
Me cago en la puta madre.
And his ally. Philip took in all those as he was for... That, lady... Well...
I know that he is a troubled man. We've all had to make hard decisions, when indeed they were. Now I think... Let us now return to the problem. There is a man who witnessed, a man who...
And who?
My husband.
Step forward.
Mira, yo me quiero cortar lo que viene a ser los huevos. Me quiero ir a la mierda.
He is the master builder of Kingsbridge.
Have you lost your courage?
No, I have not. You know well why it would be hard for me to face you. They call me Jack, after my father. My name is Jack Jackson.
Yes, we have met before.
How old were you when you allegedly saw Jonathan as a child in the woods?
12. But I know what I saw. Philip told the truth.
You were a child. And what were you doing there, in the woods?
I was living in the forest, with my mother.
They were outlaws.
He fathered a child!
Heretic!
Let him go!
He would never do that!
And yet, we do not know enough to judge him up.
You are right. As I... Philip of Gwynedd has admitted... We ask God, as...
This is madness!
Philip of Gwynedd, if he is...
No!
Me cago en la puta. Me quiero ir y no se puede.
Wait a minute, my God. Not this time.
It's her.
I saw the child and Francis. I was there. Philip is not the child's father. He is a fool, but he is a good man.
Then, who is the father?
Tom Builder.
They are all in this together. This woman is a witch and an outlaw, living in sin with a thief. He was hanged in Shiring 30 years.
He was not a thief. He was a good man. You...
What is this nonsense?
He was a thief.
What chalice?
The chalice of the Eucharist. He stole it from the Cathedral of King...
Sacrilege.
Yes, Friar James.
Is that the chalice? You said it was melted down and sold.
Fall not for their lies. That could be any chalice. This does not prove a thing.
Where did you find this chalice?
In a secret chamber.
What proof do you have?
He told me. The night I was there...
Prior James died weeks before...
No, he did not.
Bishop Henry, he speaks the truth.
Order! I will give you until sunset to produce a witness who can prove your accusations against Bishop. Not just this chalice. If you fail to do this, I will make sure you... Philip of Gwynedd. You... The trial...
Bueno, sí, dale. Chao. Me tengo que ir ya, me tengo que ir. Ya, pero ya.
We need a witness.
What are you doing there?
But maybe we... Let your...
Bien. Por fin me puedo ir. Joder, bueno. Eso es todo por ahora. Tengo que ir ya. Chao.